This slideshow will take us back to the early days. For years, the volunteers of the Carson, Colorado Railway had given her well-needed attention and TLC. In 2008-2009, a thorough assessment was done whether she could be revived or not. This assessment with a plan of attack was provided to the Inyo County Board of Supervisors in early 2010. They too found that this treasure of independence in Inyo County should be revived, and allowed the Carson, Colorado Railway to proceed with an operational restoration of number 18. The restoration overall was completed in 2016. This slideshow really just shows the 2008 and 2009 assessment. So what does an initial assessment entail, whether she can operate or not? When making such an assessment, the following points need to be considered. First of all, why make it operate? Then, where will it operate? Who will operate it once it's in operation? Who will finish the restoration? It will take some time. And obviously, is there money to make it operational? Do we have the funds available? And is it in a condition to easily and successfully make it operational? The answers to these questions ultimately are the basis for getting it going. If you want to read those details, the answers to those questions, go to our website. It is on the carsoncolorado.com under the History of 18. There is a section of the County Restoration Assessment. One of the questions that probably is on everybody's mind is, why would one want to restore an 100-year-old engine? At the time, it was almost 100 years old. And why this may seem to be the most difficult to answer, in reality, it really isn't. So leaving number 18, the restoration, unfinished really wouldn't serve any purpose, right? And the effects of 55 years of being displayed in the elements of weather, rain, sun, you name it, were visible. So there was definitely a need to remove number 18 from the effects of the elements, and that was really the initial motivation of this project. And ultimately making it to the only operating narrow gauge locomotive quickly became a rather intriguing idea for the volunteers. While the desire of railroad enthusiasts really began this endeavor, success would only come in making this a viable and desirable project for the entire community. With a population of only 574 in Independence at the time, Independence is a town that is often passed through. However, I can tell you, whenever we have work weekends at the engine house, there are a number of visitors actually stopping now in Independence, looking at the museum and coming to visit the engine now that it's restored and in action. So that's a good thing, I can already say. So having an operating steam engine could be a significant draw, not only during events such as the Mule Teams in Bishop or the Lone Pine Film Festival. There's also the opportunity to see 18 in occasional service, which would bring more people to Independence to tour the town as well as the museum, have lunch, learn about the county history, etc. With the actual restoration of the locomotive being conducted in Dehy Park, there would be high visibility, or was high visibility right there at Highway 395 and probably would make people stop. And it did make people stop. So having a project of this scale definitely provided some positive marketing opportunities as well as recognition for the community that there is life in the valley behind the mountain, the big mountain, right? So also eventually local students could take part in the operation and maintenance of the locomotive. And for instance, the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Museum has set up a restoration facility to maintain the equipment as well as teach local students mechanical skills such as metalworking, welding, carpentry, all those trades that are needed for the maintenance of a steam engine. So with this desire of maintaining the narrow gauge, not only for a generation or two, but also for going forward for the students to have really a family connection to the railroad and this locomotive going forward and for generations to come. And local students do visit the engine on a regular basis, and if you listen to this video and you want to come out and visit the engine, you are most welcome. Contact us via the webpage you have, or here via the YouTube channel, and we'll make it happen. In future slideshows, I'll go over more of the details of this initial assessment and as it was actually then progressing throughout the years. But let me tell you the conclusion of the initial assessment back in 2010, early 2010. As far as the physical condition of the locomotive at the time and the desire of those leading the restoration efforts, there was no question that this could be successfully completed. The question that had to be answered was, is this project in the best interest of Inyo County and the town of Independence to do something special for their steam locomotive? The answer should be, or should have been, and was yes. For the same reasons we pass down heirlooms to our children and grandchildren. Not because of the object itself, but because the object, Slim Princess number 18, tells a story of where we came from and who we are. This, after all, is the same reason why number 18 was preserved in the first place back in 1955. A cold, silent number 18 is just an object we have to take care of occasionally. An operational number 18 is bringing the past to life by making it present for the future.